Tony Calloway, the private money godfather, here with you. And this video is going to be a brief conversation, but I want to talk to you about why, when you start investing in real estate, or if you're planning to start investing in real estate, that you need to have a strategy, I'll call it a long-term strategy in mind. And here's why it's important. And the basis for me even making this video is we get a lot of contacts through privatemoneysyndicate.com. In fact, you can go there and schedule a consultation at privatemoneysyndicate.com. But people will say, I want to invest in real estate. And one of the questions I ask, well, are you looking to fix and flip, or are you looking to wholesale, or are you looking to develop a rental income portfolio? And they'll usually say, well, I was thinking about doing fix and flip, but I want to hold some for income. And of course, you can do all of that, but here's the reason I'm making this video. If it's a random you don't know, then there are different sets of skills, there are different sets of requirements, there are different ways that some will and some won't work. But what we prefer to do here at the Private Money Syndicate is to be a source of capital for you to execute on whatever your strategy is. So let's say that someone wants to be a fix and flip guy, which means that they're going to have to buy a property, renovate it, and depends on who you're flipping it to. Now, if you're flipping your property, most people think they want to flip to an owner occupant. Now, let me tell you something about owner occupants, because I've actually realized I don't like fix and flipping properties, because when you renovate a property for an owner occupant, it's got to look like HGTV. Let's just put it that way. Okay, it's got to be high-end finishes, relative to the area, because when the bank that they've got to go to get financing for them to buy this, they're going to look at comparable sales or comparable properties. You cannot renovate the property as you would a rental, because a rental basically needs to be nice, pretty, and durable, which might not fit with the other properties in the area. So just to go ahead and make the contrast, if you're renovating to flip to somebody who wants to hold it for rental income, a whole different set of finishes, and the cost profile for that project will be less than if you're going to renovate a property for an owner occupant, which means either your margins are going to be skinnier, or you got to buy it with lower acquisition costs, because you got to put more into it to reach a target of whatever your profit is going to be. Now let's talk about that part. What's your target profit on a flip? What are you looking to make? All right, and you need to know another set of things. What's the average time on market, because that affects your holding costs. That's just a different mental, physical, and mechanical process to fixing and flipping compared to holding property for rental income. Now, I just touched on one thing. If you have to put renovation money into the project, it needs to be nice, clean, and durable, because that's what tenants want. And you want it not to tear up. So instead of putting hardwood laminate down, you can put roll laminate, okay, on your flooring, just to give you an example. And you have to have management skill or expertise, unless you're going to have a management company manage it for you, because going back to targets, okay, what's the target? Because you want to have a certain margin if you're doing cash out refis and go into your next property, One of the things we coach our clients with is get to 5 fast. And if you haven't watched my recording on debt coverage ratio, which means you need to have 25% more than your mortgage payments are. So just think about this. You got 5 properties, you get to 5. If you got 25, 50, 75, 100, so if you got 4 properties with 25% more, if you have a vacancy, those, all things being equal, those 4 are keeping you break even. You're not going into a negative cash flow situation on your 5th. Now, short of getting there, you're one property, you're either 100% occupied or you're 100% empty. 2, you're 50-50. You get the drift. All right, so going back to the point of having a strategy, we might have to evolve to get your cash up, starting off doing some fix and flips. Well, do you do that by yourself? Do you partner with somebody? Do you go in on somebody's deal that you can get cash? Because what you want is the cash, and we can help you to get money to go in and partner with somebody. You come out with cash without having to know a daggum thing about fixing and flipping. But now you got cash, you can start working to build your portfolio. All of that is to say that you need to have a or develop a strategy before we start doing stuff. Otherwise, it could apt to be random and not take you anywhere. Now, I'm making this a little bit longer than my others, but here's an example. There was a guy, he doesn't mind me using his first name, but Reggie. I did a coaching program. Said I'll never do another one unless somebody pays me a heck of a lot more money. Okay, but anyway, he was one of the students, and this guy was really, really aggressive. And so, I mean, just about every week he brought me two or three deals, and I'm looking at him saying, no, Reggie, that's not a good one. No, Reggie, that's not a good one. And then he turned around and said, man, somebody just bought it. Somebody just bought this. I said, Reggie, that might have been a good deal for them, but it wasn't a good deal for what you said your strategy is. And I've got this thing I call 0% infant mortality, which means I don't want your first deal to put you out of the business, okay? I'm going to take care of you because I want you coming back again and again and again and again, because we make money by making loans, and I want to make loans to people that are building portfolios. I mean, it just makes sense. You know, we have a relationship like that. So finally, after, I'm not exaggerating, after about 26 deals he brought me, he finally brought one that was a winner. I mean, it was a smoking hot, boom, right, zero smack dab in the bullseye for his strategy. And he bought it. And so we're having one of our meetings, and so, you know, it was a virtual meeting. He had the mic. I said, all right, Reggie, you know, tell the other guys, you know, about what you now understand that you didn't. And he started off by saying, man, y'all, I was about ready to slash Tony's tires, man. I kept bringing him all these deals, and he was saying, no, it's not good, no, it's not good. But now that I got a good one for my strategy, now I see why he was telling me that. Now I see why those others didn't fit with what I was trying to do. And all I'm trying to say to you right now is there are deals that will fit any strategy, but if you don't have a strategy, I'm not gonna be bothered with you, okay? I'm telling you, we'll come up with one if you don't have one, because I need to be working with you on something that is clear, not just a one-off, but a project. If you're going to become a flipper, then be a flipper. Or if you're going to be a flipper, become a portfolio guy, then we'll work on that. If you're going to start off building a portfolio, then let's do that. If you just want to do one to see what happens, I mean, if you're honest with it, and I tell you that I'm not responsible for what happens after the fact, because it might be a good, you know, one-off deal, but I'll do that with you. But honest to goodness, you know, we love working with people who know or who want to know where they're going so that we can go with them. There's an African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And we want to go together with you here at the Private Money Syndicate. So go to privatemoneysyndicate.com. That's privatemoneysyndicate.com. Schedule a consultation, because if you see what my personality is in this video, this is the same guy you're going to be talking to on the phone. I'm your godfather. I'm going to tell you how it is. I'm going to tell you what I know, and then I'm going to tell you what I heard. Okay, and we're going to operate off of what I know. And what I know is that if you do business with the Private Money Syndicate, we're going to make money together. Okay, so reach out to us, privatemoneysyndicate.com, schedule a consultation, and let's start building on your real estate dreams with private money.